every generation, music gives us voices that don't just sing, they change the culture itself. Voices that guide eras, redefine beauty, challenge rules, and touch the soul in ways we can't explain. Today, we step into the lives of four extraordinary women whose stories stretch far beyond charts and trophies. Madonna, Whitney Houston, Taylor Swift, and Beyoncé.
I'll be a baby. I promise not to let you go. Love you like crazy.
Four crowns, four completely unique journeys filled with childhood dreams, painful challenges, industry politics, reinventions, and unforgettable victories. This is not just a documentary. This is a tribute to the power of womanhood in music, a celebration of courage, creativity, and legacy. Welcome to Raising Stars. And if you love stories of legends, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because we're just getting started. 1. Madonna, the rebel who rewrote the rules. Madonna Louise Ciccone grew up in a strict Catholic household in Michigan. She was brilliant, restless, and endlessly curious. But her childhood wasn't gentle. When she was just 5, her mother passed away, a loss that carved a permanent ache into her heart. Madonna learned early that the world can take things from you without warning, so you must take back power wherever you can. As a teenager, she was artistic but rebellious. Someone who didn't just want independence, she needed it. She danced, practiced, pushed herself relentlessly, dreaming of a life far beyond the boundaries of her hometown. When she moved to New York City with almost nothing, the city nearly broke her. The danger, the hunger, the loneliness. But this is where Madonna transformed. She soaked up the chaos like fuel and turned every struggle into ambition. And when her rise began, it wasn't subtle. Her music video style, her fashion, her boldness, everything about Madonna screamed freedom. She challenged politics, sexuality, religion, gender norms, things no woman in mainstream pop had dared to do so loudly. Industry gatekeepers called her too much, but the public called her iconic. Behind closed doors, Madonna fought executives who tried to control her image, journalists who tried to shame her, a society that wanted her to be quiet. But her power was in pushing back. Every time she faced resistance, she reinvented herself, turning criticism into transformation. Her legacy? Madonna didn't just play the game, she redesigned the board. She built the modern definition of a pop star: visual, fearless, controversial, and always evolving. Her crown belongs to the woman who refused to bow. Chapter 2. Whitney Houston, the voice sent from heaven. Before the fame, before the world called her the Voice, Whitney was just a young girl from Newark, raised in a home overflowing with gospel, soul, and warmth. Her mother, Sissy Houston, was already a respected singer, and little Whitney grew up watching music take over the room like a living spirit. Her childhood was simple, filled with family, church choirs, and a sense of love that echoed through every melody. But Whitney wasn't just talented. She carried a gift that felt almost divine. Even as a teenager, her voice carried depth, purity, and emotional honesty that seasoned singers struggled to reach. When she entered the music industry, executives were stunned. She didn't need theatrics. Her voice was theater. When Whitney sang, the world listened, not because she was flashy, but because she was real. But success came with pressure. The industry placed her on an impossible pedestal. She was expected to be perfect, spotless image, flawless performances, no mistakes allowed. Behind the scenes, Whitney fought industry politics that tried to mold her identity, critics who attacked her authenticity, and expectations that felt suffocating.
Yet even in her pain, Whitney gave the world beauty. Her performances became moments that generations replayed. Her voice became a reference point, the gold standard. Her legacy is simple and eternal. Whitney didn't compete, she didn't provoke, she didn't reinvent. She became the voice every vocalist dreams of having. Her crown belongs to the woman whose sound defined the meaning of once in a lifetime.
Chapter 3. Taylor Swift, the storyteller who built a universe. Taylor Allison Swift grew up on a Christmas tree farm in Pennsylvania, surrounded by innocence, imagination, and the kind of childhood that fills a young heart with stories. She was shy but observant, quiet but introspective. Her love for writing began early. Poems, diary entries, short stories, little windows into her mind. When she picked up a guitar for the first time, everything clicked. Words became melodies, feelings became narratives. Her rise wasn't easy. Nashville rejected her again and again for being too young, too different, too ambitious. But Taylor had a rare ability. She understood emotion deeply. Instead of giving up, she rewrote her fate, literally. She practiced until her fingers burned, wrote until the early mornings, and performed anywhere that would have her. When success finally arrived, it didn't come quietly. Taylor connected with fans in a way pop had never seen before. She spoke openly about heartbreak, self-doubt, hope, friendship, and growing up. Her music wasn't just entertainment. It was a diary millions felt belonged to them. But with fame came the storm. Industry politics pulled her into scandals, media obsession, public feuds, and a battle for ownership of her own music. Most artists would have crumbled. Taylor didn't. She came back stronger, creating eras, rewriting contracts, re-recording albums, breaking touring records, and becoming a cultural phenomenon. She turned vulnerability into power and turned her life into one of the greatest storytelling arcs in modern music. Her crown belongs to the woman who transformed emotional truth into global empire. Chapter 4. Beyoncé, the phoenix who turned greatness into a standard.
I'll be a baby. I promise not to let you go. Love you like crazy.
Beyoncé Giselle Knowles grew up in Houston, Texas, a quiet, introverted girl with a gentle voice and a fierce, hidden fire. Her parents, Matthew and Tina, believed in her talent long before the world did. As a child, Beyoncé struggled with shyness until music became her escape, her strength, her language. Her rise began with Destiny's Child, a group shaped through years of discipline, rehearsals, sacrifices, and dreams. Beyoncé wasn't just good. She was obsessed with improvement, precision, breath control, power, performance. She analyzed legends, trained like an athlete, and built a foundation stronger than steel. But the industry music wasn't kind. The group faced label issues, member changes, and ruthless criticism. Beyoncé faced rumors, attacks on her character, and pressure that could break anyone. Yet she rose above everything. Her solo career became a masterclass in excellence. Album after album, performance after performance, Beyoncé created moments that felt electric, spiritual, and unforgettable. She blended R&B, pop, soul, and African-inspired artistry into a global cultural force. Behind the scenes, she battled industry politics, challenged systemic biases, fought for creative ownership, and became a voice for empowerment. Her work ethic became legendary. Her creativity became unmatched. Her influence became unstoppable. Her crown belongs to the woman who turned greatness into expectation, and expectation into evolution.
So who is the true queen of pop?
The rebel who broke the rules, the voice touched by heaven, the storyteller who rewrote the modern era, or the performer who transformed excellence into an art form? Maybe the answer is simple. Pop is too vast, too emotional, too powerful for just one queen. Each of these women shaped a different part of the musical universe, and together they formed a royal legacy that will echo for generations. This has been Raising Stars. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep your heart open, keep listening, and remember, legends never fade, they evolve.